Howdy folks, Darren Ray Fonso here talking about workers' compensation or labor and industries as we call it here in the state of Washington. What I'm doing today is I'm calling out union leaders and officials that do not stand up and fight for the minimum federal oversight that injured workers of America were told we need to stop a class war on us. And Senator Marilyn Chase, my state, one of the senators from my state, is supported, and this union, this Inlandboatmen's union, keeps endorsing Senator Marilyn Chase and telling me to vote for her, even though she fails the injured workers of America and fails to stand up and fight for our minimum federal oversight that she knows we need, because she strung me along for a year and a half acting like she was going to help injured workers until Senator Sanders wrote us a letter, and Patty Murray and Tom Perez and the U.S. Departments of OSHA and Labor all telling us that we need some minimum federal oversight for America's injured workers, so one man don't get $750,000 for an arm in one state and the other guy only get $35,000. So it was to give us some equality, and they said we needed that just as much as we needed Medicare for all or universal health care. We need both these issues on the table. Getting us universal health care doesn't resolve the compensation disparities between state by state, and that's the problem here. State by state, we're in a race to the bottom for America's labor force, and that's why we need to ask these union leaders why they're not standing up and demanding the needed minimum federal oversight that we were told we were needed, and why do they tell me to keep voting for Senator Marilyn Chase. So here we go. We're going to give these guys a call and see what they say. So you got 1-206-284-6001.
Contacted the Inlandboatmen's Union of the Pacific. If you know the extension of the person you're attempting to reach, please dial it now or stay on the line for a list of extensions. You've reached the Inlandboatmen's Union of the Pacific. Here is a list of them. Peter Hart, Puget Sound Regional Director, 55. Ryan Brazo, PSR Passenger Business Agent, 24. Gail McCormick, Business Agent for Towing and Freight, 12. National President Marina Secretano, 22.
There is no one available to take your call at the moment, so please leave a message after the tone. When finished recording, press pound.
Hi ma'am, my name is Darren Ray Fonso, and I'm an injured worker from the state of Washington. You might want to Google me. That's Fonzseau. Darren Fonso. I'm an injured worker in the state of Washington, and I'm rather upset with your union when you keep telling me to endorse Senator Marilyn Chase, who has intently failed America's injured workers and intently fails to put the minimum federal oversight on the table for injured workers that we were told by Senator Sanders, Patty Murray, and Tom Perez, and the Departments of Labor and OSHA in 2015 that we needed to have on the table. And yet today, all our union leaders, Larry Brown, the Washington State Labor Council, Senator Marilyn Chase, Representative Rick Larson, Pramila Jayapala, none of these people will put the federal minimum standards on the table for America's injured workers. So in other words, the weakest link in the chain is being left behind as you people all try and say, look, we're going to get you this universal health care that doesn't cover us. Section 108 of Sanders' Medicare for All bill leaves the injured workers behind and excludes us, just like was done in Canada. So what I'd like to know, ma'am, why are our unions failing to step up and fight for the minimum federal oversight we were told 4 years ago we needed? Why are you allowing our grand bargain to be eroded away by people like Senator Marilyn Chase, who won't step up and tell us about the needed minimum federal oversight? We are failing America's injured workers because this union here is failing us. I'm going to make sure America's angry injured workers and work comp victims learn the truth. So yeah, look me up. I'm live on the internet, so I'm not going to share my number with you. You can look me up. Darren Fonso, the injured worker. I'm pretty well known in Washington State. And when you union leaders and the president of this union, the Inlandboatmen's Union, can't call out Senator Marilyn Chase for failing the injured workers of America, then you're not helping us, brothers and sisters. You're supposed to be holding their feet to the fire and keeping them honest. Not telling us to vote for the same old fucking shit over and over, biz whores who sell our shit out.
Stopped recording.
Well, hello? Well, I think I got the recording to him. I hope I did. So we'll hit a pound just to make sure. But sounds like they got my recording. They said finished recording. So I hope they did get it. If not, I'm calling Senator Marilyn Chase's office next to talk to her and leave her a message, or talk to her people, however it ends up. But this is egregious at this point when these are the people keep telling me to keep voting for the very people who are the blocks, the biz blocks, to America's injured workers getting justice. You can't point at that the work comp systems are failing or that they're broken and point at the other side, the Republican conservatives, which I agree they are in on this, when our own Democratic echelon is in on it too. When Marilyn Chase can't get honest about the needed minimum federal oversight for all of America's injured workers, not just the ones in the state of Washington, but all of us. And someday she may seek higher office. So if she can't represent all of us, or even as humans, just if she can't see injured workers as humans and realize that it's not just one state there and that we're being pitted against each other in a race to the bottom for those injured workers, that she doesn't want to step up and represent as this union who's supposed to be representing workers, as keeps telling us to vote for this lady who won't get honest about a war on injured workers or the needed minimum federal oversight, because they all believe this myth that, gee, if we get honest and take care of workers, the system will fall apart. Well, that is a lie, and that's a myth when our union brothers and sisters can't even step up and represent us, and senators like Senator Marilyn Chase would lead me along for almost a year and a half through emails and saying, this is what, tell me what needs to be done, Darren, educate me, Darren. Well, I did, and then I got, like I say, I got the letter from Senator Sanders and Patty Murray, and that's when Senator Marilyn Chase closed all the doors and said, oh no, federal oversight can't help you. This is why we're failing America's injured workers, and it's our unions telling us to keep voting for ladies like this who intently refuse to get honest about the needed minimum federal oversight. So now we're on to, next call is on to Senator Marilyn Chase, and I'll put that video up here as well. Thank you and have a good day.